Hi again. This is going to be my third video for the 2025 MacroFactor Transformation Challenge that I recently joined. And this video is going to cover kind of the strategy and approach that I'm going to use for the next 100 days for my transformation. So if you haven't already seen, I have two other videos out right now. The first video kind of goes over what the transformation challenge is, what MacroFactor kind of is, and then my second video goes into more about myself. So in case that's helpful to anyone, or in case, you want to know what you're watching, who I am. So just to kind of, again, recap a little bit there, I am taking part in a 100-day fitness challenge where I am going to hopefully transform or at least change my body a little bit. The goal of the challenge is to be more fit and to be better. You can lose weight, you can gain weight and gain muscle, or you can body recomp. And what I'm actually looking for is kind of the body recomposition. I am about 120 pounds right now at 5'4", so, definitely in the mid to low end of my BMI range. I don't have like a ton of excess fat, but I definitely don't really have a lot of muscle either, and I'd really like to see some more put on. So I'm going to kind of aim to use MacroFactor's kind of dynamic maintenance is what they call it. And so you kind of try to stay within plus or minus 1.5 pounds of your weight. So that's kind of what my goal is. And that might change as I go through. I might decide that that's not getting me where I want to be, and I might add more calories or less calories or whatever. But like to start this challenge, that's kind of what I want to do. As I think I'm happy with my weight, and I'd like to see, I just like to see more muscle. So the next thing with my own personal goals are I've actually started training for a 20K race. I've never done a race before, but I have jogged for quite a while, like say almost 10 years now, where I jog like 3 to 4 miles, 3 to 4 times a week, usually mostly in the summer. It's really hard for me to get through winter. But this past summer, I managed to get up to a 6-mile jog, and I was really proud of myself. So a 10K, wow, that's crazy. And I decided, you know what, I'm having a lot of fun with this. So I put myself on a half marathon plan, and the last 2 weekends, I've actually jogged 10 miles each Saturday, and that's been really exciting, and I'm excited to see where that goes. The race itself isn't till May, but I'll be confident that I can run it because I will have done a half marathon just for myself in February here. And if that goes well, maybe I'll move on to a marathon plan. I don't really know. I've really enjoyed jogging. So my big thing is jogging right now. And I'm going to really focus around improving and making sure I don't get injured for that. I'm slow. Okay. I'm sure there's people out there that are slower, but like you go to fitness subreddits and running subreddits, I'm like 12 miles per hour here outside. So I'm not breaking any sort of records, but I'm really proud of myself for where I've come. I couldn't run a mile in school ever, never, ever, ever. So just being able to run and enjoy running has been a really big thing for me. The other thing that I will be focusing on is weightlifting. So I have dumbbells at home. I do have a gym membership, and I might go to the gym during this, but I'm mostly expecting that I will be using my home dumbbells. And I'm looking to do 3, maybe 6 times a week. I know 6 is a lot with running, so I don't really know if I'll be able to keep that up. But I focus on doing kind of right now I'm doing kind of a push-pull leg split, where I have a plan that I use, and I can talk more about it in some future videos if it's helpful, or if people end up wanting me to, if anyone ends up watching this at all. And anyway, so my main goal is adding reps until I hit a certain number of reps, and then I add weight, and I do it kind of slowly because I don't want to hurt myself. And again, I really want to focus on being strong and injury-free for my running. And then the second half of the week, when I do push-pull legs, again, if I do it that second time, I kind of drop the weights dramatically and really focus on form and trying to I'll just do a lot of reps, but at a much lower weight, really focusing on form and focusing on how I feel. So those are the two things for the exercise portion. So I'll have my cardio done and I'll have my resistance training. I'm really hoping that I will see some progress there. I've already seen progress in the last few months doing this. But I'm hoping that with this challenge here that I'll feel motivated and want to just really stick to it and make sure I'm being consistent and really try to nail, like, am I actually tired or do I just want to be done kind of thing. The other piece that I will cover here is what I'm looking for with nutrition. I chose, again, the body recomp, so that's that 1.5 pounds, give or take, from the 120 that I entered. It's kind of where I want to stay. I think MacroFactor has me at like 120.8 right now, or 120.7. Definitely happy with that. Not unhappy with my weight. Would like to see, again, the more muscle. And I did go ahead and tell it to give me high protein. I think high protein is probably a bit ambitious, especially with my sensory issues, but I did that because it is going to be harder for me to hit. So if I have that higher goal, then I'm more likely to hit like kind of that minimum of the moderate, and maybe, just maybe, I'll hit my highs as well. For me, I found that I'm not vegan, but I'm virtually, I'm vegetarian. I'm kind of, so I don't really eat a lot of meat. Eat hot dogs once in a while, which is crazy, I know, but it's a very specific brand. It's that whole thing. But otherwise, I eat my protein bars, I have protein smoothies, and that's kind of how I get my protein for the day. I found some different like protein pancakes and waffles. Those are very safe foods, very easy things to add protein to. So that's kind of how I get my protein goals. It probably is not going to work for a lot of people, but it's how it works for me. I like my low-fat yogurts, all of that. So those are my nutrition. That's kind of where I'm going with that. And I'm hoping that that'll be enough to get me through the next 100 days. So with that said, in terms of next videos, this is probably it for tonight. I will try to do videos fairly regularly, once a week maybe at a minimum, but I would love to see you guys more often, especially if there ends up being any sort of engagement, or if there's any sort of like specific ups or downs that I want to talk about. That's what I'll use this space for, and then I'll post my progress pics to the Instagram so you can kind of see where I'm at throughout this process. So good luck, and good luck to everyone who also joins the challenge or who is just seeing this at some time in the future and also wants to do a fitness thing, and this might help motivate you. I don't know. Anyway, Happy New Year!